Davison with Jackie Jones
on BBC Radio Lancashire.
But at 26 minutes to 10, all ears on Jackie and Where Are Your Clues?
Good morning. Well, it's perishingly cold and I haven't got much of a blue sky above me today. But I'm in a part of Lancashire that was recognised a few years ago as the most enterprising area in the UK. And Brett, there's tons of history linked to this area, from the Stone Age to there's been some Roman finds, although I don't think they had a big settlement around these parts. But you could say that it was the root of the industrial era as well that could be linked to this particular town. The arrival of the Leeds, Liverpool and Canal in 1796 was big news in the day, and also as well to the northwest of this town that I'm in at the moment is the home of the Pendle Witches and the imposing Pendle Hill. But I don't need the name of the town that I'm in, they're all just clues. I want the name of the organisation, the place that I've come to today, and I hope you can get them, Brett, from these clues. The first one: not tinned, frozen or preserved, and a stretch of earth to plant crops or place sport on.
Hold on a minute, Jackie, hold on a minute. Frozen and pickled, is that describing you this morning? Oh no, preserved.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Everything's shriveled.
Is it wrong?
It's bitterly cold.
I'll pass, thanks. I'll just plain toast for me, thank you. I'm that preserved. You actually sound cold.
I don't think
cold.
It even got to 0.
Oh, you and Graham this morning. It sounds as if,
I know,
in the nicest possible way, you've got a dewdrop on the end of your nose. That's what it sounds like, because it's that cold. Is there any truth in those rumours?
It is very, very true this morning. I haven't even got anyone here to dab my nose for me, so
who's Queen?
I do apologise. I know. But I'm going to get a warm welcome at this place that I've come to today, and I'm going to get my fingers dirty as well. So shall I give you a little clue again? If you want to give us a call, producer Versh's on today, 01254 583 583. Not tinned, frozen or preserved. I keep saying frozen. Not tinned, frozen or preserved. A stretch of earth to plant crops or play sport on. The name of the place that I've come to visit today, and hopefully do some good work and help them out too. And it's a place that's in Lancashire, that's a town that's been recognised as the most enterprising in the UK. And I can certainly say that's what's happening here where I am this morning, where we'll find out a little bit more about what goes on here between now and 12.
This is BBC Radio Lancashire. Jackie's out and about in the cold with just the 10 layers on, I think. But where are you, Jackie?
Well, do you want the reveal now? Do you want me to tell you now? Because
is it too cold for a reveal now? That's the thing. Wait, go on then.
No, I will
do the reveal. Go inside,
I will
get
reveal
warm.
All now.
Yeah.
So the clues were not tinned, frozen or preserved. So the word was fresh, I was looking for. And then a stretch of earth to plant crops or to play sport on. And that's a field. So I'm at FreshFields today, which is in Burnley, which is just right opposite Burnley Cemetery here. It's perishing cold, so I want to go inside the FreshFields group and get a bit more of a warm welcome. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Hello. We've come into the nice warm kitchen, Brett, because it is absolutely perishing outside. And we're going to be meeting loads of people who have been sort of learning horticultural skills to go out and do gardening, lots of planting. They've got huge greenhouses here, Brett. I think we had Gail on the programme last week, didn't she? Came down to the Burnley Mechanics.
Yeah, it was lovely having a chat
with
her.
To meet you and Sally.
She was saying beetroot's very big right now. Yeah, quiz her on the beetroot.
Right, well, I'm going to have... Well, I think there's, what was it? I'll just have a chat with this lady here. What was that big green thing that you showed me in the, it wasn't chard, was it? What was the thing called?
Kale.
Kale. There's loads of kale. Do you like kale, Brett?
I love that big green thing, yes. And some orange things on my plate. And maybe a bit of burgundy as well on there, please. Yeah, a balanced diet like that.
No, they grow loads of fantastic things here, and they've had a bit of a harvest of their pumpkins, so there's no pumpkins left. But there's a big box of them on the floor, but there's none left in the greenhouses. But we're going to be finding out and meeting some of the folks who come and work here and get experience in horticulture, and then see how they go out and sort of use those skills and get work for themselves within the community. But that's all coming up between now and 12 o'clock. Yes, very good morning, Brett. We first met on the morning show last week, the lovely folks from FreshFields here in Burnley, when they came down to meet you and Sally at the Burnley Mechanics when we were there all of last week celebrating Burnley's inaugural literary festival, and it was such a huge success, and we had a lovely time on our programme, and we were looking for community groups sort of in and around the Burnley area that we could meet, and one of the groups was called FreshFields, and we met a lovely lady called Gail Harvey Chapman, and Gail's with us this morning. Good morning, Gail.
Hi, you all right?
Just refresh us again a little bit about what FreshFields is all about.
Right, FreshFields is a day service for adults with learning disabilities, but as you can see, we're not the normal day service as a building that keeps everybody occupied and doing something. This is a real place of work. So we've got polytunnels, we've got greenhouses, it's all based around horticulture, and any spin-offs that we can get from that, so kindling production, planters, hanging baskets, Christmas wreaths.
You repair bikes as well. I've seen one of your sheds with bikes in it as well.
We've got a number of clubs as well, so we've got Bike Club, a Glitter Club, which is arts and crafts, Craft Club, which is textiles, Kitchen Club, which is cooking.
Oh, they're in today as well. We're going to be going into the kitchen later this morning, aren't we?
We are, so that'll be fun because it's a big class on a Tuesday morning.
Well, there's loads of people here already. How many people are you expecting to come down today? How many adults?
On a Tuesday we've got 17 adults in, as well as this, and then we've got the staff as well. And in the kitchen club we've got 14, maybe 15 people. Brilliant. At the moment.
Well, it's a bit chilly at the moment, so I think we need to go into one of your heated greenhouses. Is that all right? So, Brett, while we head into the heated greenhouse, I think we'll check on the travel.
16 and a half minutes past 10 on a Tuesday morning. This is BBC Radio Lancashire with me, Brett Davison, and Jackie Jones out and about in a greenhouse. Jackie?
We are. We're just about to go into one of the heated greenhouses here at FreshFields. Bit of a tough way to get into the door there, a bit stiff. I think it needs a bit of oiling. And we've come inside one of the, I think about half a dozen greenhouses that they've got down here at FreshFields. Gail, tell us what's going on in here.
Well, we've got 4 big working greenhouses at the top, and I can see a small group going, what are they doing? Are you pricking out?
Yeah, I think they are, aren't they? Shall we go up and say hello? Hello, Cass. Hello, Catherine. What are you doing here? What's happening?
We're just weeding round some pots of bulbs. These will be ready for the spring, so just giving them a tidy up and a head start. So.
Yeah. And you've got Ricky with you. Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning.
Good morning. So what bulbs are they? Do you know what they are?
Blickle blindsins.
Oh, lovely. And do you love coming down here?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Why? Why do you love that, Ricky?
Because I love planting and things and picking stuff and planting and.
Yeah. And how many days do you come down? Is it just one day a week, or can they not get you away from here?
No, just one day a week.
One day. But would you love to come down every day?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And what's your favourite bit? Because there's indoor bits and outdoor bits here, isn't it, Fresh?
Indoor bits.
So you like coming into the greenhouses?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
And what kind of things have you been planting recently? What have you been harvesting? I've just seen a load of them in the kitchen.
Just like plants into a plant pot.
Yeah.
And digging into a soil into a plant pot.
It's lovely, isn't it, when you can see those little plants growing from seeds right through until some of those giant pumpkins that you've got sitting in the kitchen, isn't it? I'll see you again later, Ricky, if that's all right.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Catherine. Come back to Gail. And amazing, some of the ranges of plants that you've got growing here. We've got little violas, little succulents. Where are these all going to?
Most of them will either go into a display, if we've been asked to do that, or winter hanging baskets for sale, or plants that the public can come and buy, or we take them to market because we have a market stall every week.
Brilliant.
Our Tackrington market on a Thursday.
Well, we're going to find out more about the things that they grow and sell here at FreshFields, Brett, throughout the rest of the morning. There's some great people to meet, some of the support workers and some of the folks who come down and just they've got tons of green fingers amongst them, looking at the lovely array of plants that we've got growing here, Brett. So come back and join us again later in the programme.
26 minutes to 11. I'm back live with Jackie.
Very good morning, Brett. Yeah, we're at FreshFields in Burnley, and this organisation provides horticultural training and employment skills and gives sort of workplace experience to a huge variety of adults from around the area of varying degrees of disability, from, well, not just here in Burnley, but from all around the northwest. And it's been going well over 20 years. And we've come down today to find out what actually happens here, because they've got rows and rows of greenhouses, some of them heated, and that's where we are at the moment, Brett, because it's perishingly cold outside this morning. We've met Gail, who's sort of the manager here. Good morning, Gail, again.
Good morning.
Now, it says down here that you plan, organise, liaise, meet, do the sums, find money, drive the bus, wipe faces, get your hands dirty, doing all the gardening and horticulture down here, don't you?
I do.
But you make some fantastic friends. We've got lovely folks who I've met already this morning. But what's it like when someone first comes here? How do you manage to break that ice? Because I suppose sometimes it's a completely new environment and you're thrust in front of all these people. How do you sort of make that connection with some of the folks who come down to get experience with you?
So if anybody's interested in coming, we always say, come and do a taster day with us first. Meet everybody, have a look round, because it's a bit like when you go to a new school. It's very, very daunting. We're very lucky in that these guys often go to other clubs as well, so sometimes they know each other from school or from clubs that they go to, but generally it's about working alongside somebody, sort of next to Nellie, constantly just talking and seeing what's interesting to them. You know, I mean, sometimes it's very easy because these guys are really, really chatty and want to tell you everything all at the same time. But often you'll get the quiet ones, and those are the ones that you've really got to work with. I mean, you know, I've sort of talked to myself for 6 months, just about everything and anything, in the hope that there's that light bulb moment that somebody can say, I watched that last night, I really like that programme, and that's it, and that's your way in. And then you start talking about that, and that leads to other things, and then eventually you can't shut them up.
No, it's like Bethany, who we've got standing next to us. Good morning, Bethany. What have they got you doing today?
Planting strawberry plants.
You've been doing the seedings and pricking them out, haven't you, I think?
Yeah.
And what's this plant called here? Can you remember?
Geranium.
Geranium, well done. I've been calling it Geronimo all day, haven't I?
What, do you love coming down here, Bethany?
Yeah, it's from Shampoo-tastic.
Shampoo-tastic.
Right, I won't ask why. Lovely.
That's your favourite word, isn't it?
Is
Shampoo.
Is that shampoo your favourite
Yeah.
word? Oh. Who's this chap standing next to me then, Bethany?
This is David.
Can I say hello to him? Is it all right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, David.
Hiya.
What have you just been doing down there? Have you been weeding?
Weeding, yeah.
Right, okay. And what else have you been doing in here in the greenhouse?
We just took a couple things.
Okay. And how long have you been coming here, David?
12 years.
12 years. So,
Yeah.
so you've been coming quite a while. I suppose, you know, do you do any other gardening outside, sort of at home and that?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is one of the things, I'll just come back to Gail in a minute, David. This is one of the things about the skills that you provide here at FreshFields, isn't it? That folks learn how to, you know, do the growing, the planting, and then go out and get work, don't they?
Do. I mean, we've not really had the success. We have with volunteers who've come and helped. They've managed to go out and get employment, but sometimes it's very difficult for these guys to sort of see that as part of their pathway, because usually it's a volunteer placement at the end of it. You know, some guys need a lot more support than others, but it is about using those teaching those transferable skills. We often say when we're approaching a job, right, how are we going to do this? We need to use our head skills first. We need to work it out logically. What tools do we need? Do you know what I mean? It's not a case of, right, we'll get everything ready. we'll often approach a piece of work completely blind and say, right, what do we need for this? We need some compost. Right, so can somebody go and get some compost? Does it need to be fine compost or
it's providing reasoning skills, isn't it? And sort of working out processes.
Gear for thinking.
That's
Let's get our head skills in gear first.
Well, we're going to meet some more of the folks. Going to meet Laura and Matthew, and I haven't been introduced to the other chat with Laura and Matthew.
Christopher, say hello.
Hello, Christopher. I'm going to come down that end of the greenhouse and meet you.
There's a
and
threat.
The lady at the end. Keely. I'm going to get my hands dirty and help them and hopefully make sure that these plants are all lovely. I'm not very green-fingered, but I'm going to have a go and see what mayhem I can cause here at FreshFields, Brett.
We're back with you very soon.
And what a nice place to be. Some great music always here on BBC Radio Lancashire. Very good morning. It's Jackie, it's Brett, and I'm out today, Brett, in the freezing cold of Burnley. But we're inside one of the heated greenhouses that belong to FreshFields, and they provide horticultural training for adults who have various degrees of sort of abilities. And this morning, as I said, we're in the greenhouse, but I've stopped a group of folks who are busy frantically trying to get rid of all the dead heads on all of the geraniums at the moment. So I'll introduce you to the folks that we've got at the moment. We've got Keely, Matthew, Chris and Laura. Laura, thanks very much, Matthew. So we'll come to Laura first of all. So you're one of the support workers here at FreshFields. How did you get involved?
Basically, my dad used to work here. Did full-time, and I started volunteering alongside my dad. Sadly, my dad passed away 2 years ago, and I just wanted to carry on. I loved it that much. I just carried it on, and now I work part-time.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we've had loads of fun so far this morning, haven't we? Yeah. And I might just help you and get my hands dirty, although I might need a pair of gloves if you don't mind. Oh, thank you, Matthew, thank you. So, did any of you know Laura's dad?
Yeah, I do. It's really, really funny sometimes.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He did silly things on his head.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
did you remember him, Matthew?
Yeah,
was he a bit of an inspiration with his gardening skills as well?
Skills.
Oh.
Yeah.
So tell me about what you do when you come down here then. Let's start with you first, Keely.
I come on Tuesday, and first on Friday I come.
Yeah. And what do they get you doing?
We do all sorts really. We do doing planting and reading and all sorts of stuff.
And you take some of the horticultural skills that you learnt here at FreshFields and take them out when you go back home? Do you help out with the garden at home with mum and dad and that?
Yeah, I do. I help my dad do some gardening with it sometimes.
And what do you love growing, Keely?
I like making flowers of different kinds of colours.
Oh, I do. I love a nice colourful garden, but I also like some fruits as well. So, do you grow any fruit and veg in your garden?
I used to have.
Oh, what did you have?
Blueberries.
Oh, I like blueberries. They're good for you. You like blueberries, Matthew, as well?
Yeah.
What do you get out of coming down here to FreshFields then, Matthew? What?
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, you come on a Tuesday. So, what do you love doing when you come down here?
Reading.
Reading?
Reading, yeah.
That's not a glamorous job, but you love doing it.
Yeah, reading, yeah.
Oh, and are you quite good at it now then?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, I am.
And do you do gardening outside of here?
Yeah, yes.
What do you do? What do you go and sort of offer to mow people's gardens?
Gardens.
Yeah.
People's gardens.
You go and help them out doing their gardens?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Laura, that's one of the things, isn't it? That as well as sort of doing the gardening here and growing crops that you then sell on at the market and to another organisation called CropShare, it helps the folks who come down here by giving them skills that they can then go out and earn some cash.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. It's not just a case of coming down doing weeding. They go out, they do gardens, and they earn themselves some money, which then goes back into the charity for themselves.
Yeah.
So, definitely, yeah.
And we've got Chris standing next to you, Laura. Good morning, Chris.
Morning.
Morning. What have you been doing today?
I just been doing some digging that we eats out in pots.
All right, with the geraniums, have you been sort of taking all the dead bits off and the weeds and
bits.
stuff?
Yeah.
And what about outside? You do some of the gardening outside as well?
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, because there's lots of other things that go on here, aren't there? There's the kindling shed down there. Do you ever go and help out down there?
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a bike repair shed. There's tons of stuff here, isn't there?
Yeah, it is.
And what do you like doing, Chris? Why do you like coming each week here to FreshFields?
Well, I think I like doing some compost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like compost.
And is it nice that you've made lots of nice friends and that here?
Oh, yeah, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And would you recommend other people to come down and...
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or even sort of mums and dads listening, thinking,
oh, yeah.
I've got someone who'd love to come down and help out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Well, thanks very much, Chris. I know you've got lots of work to do. Shall I come and help you do some gardening?
Gardening.
Right, so you need to tell me what I need to do. Let's get back down to the bench, folks. So, Keely, do you want to tell me what I need to do? What should we do? What jobs can I help out with in here?
You could do anything you want to do, really.
You don't want me to chop the top off that geranium, though, do you?
No.
So what are you doing? What can I help you do?
Sometimes we pick some dead things off.
Dead leaves.
Yeah.
I've got to de-leaf all of the, well, not all the dead ones anyway.
Yeah.
What can I help you with, Matthew? What, shall I pick all the little weeds out?
Pick the weeds out.
OK, lovely. Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to be doing here, Brett. I'm also going to be helping sort of plant out some of the strawberry seedlings as well that they've got growing here, because they're not just concentrating on sort of what's going to be growing over the next few months. It's thinking about what they can grow for next year that they can then sell on at the local market, also sell on to various other groups. There was one group that you met last week, Brett, when you were in Burnley, called CropShare. FreshFields here sell a lot of their produce onto CropShare, which then gets out into the community, and it's like grown on your doorstep. So we'll meet more of the folks later on through the programme.
Be back with you.
Good morning, Brett. Yeah, we're at FreshFields in Burnley, which provides horticultural training for adults of varying sort of needs and abilities. And we've come out of the lovely warm greenhouse. I'm wondering if I've made the right decision, because not only have they got some fantastic greenhouses here, which they grow their own produce, which they then go on to sell. They provide horticultural training for the folks who come down, who can then go on to hopefully, find some work and earn a few pennies themselves. But they've also got a series of polytunnels as well. Much of the crops that they've been growing through the year have been harvested, but there's still a few things lingering inside. I've got Stephen, one of the folks who comes down to sort of learn some horticultural skills. What's still left in your polytunnel, Stephen?
Kale and pumpkin's gone now, and leeks and lettuce.
Oh, you still got some lettuce?
Yeah, but we'll leave them to seed so we can plant them for the whatever.
Oh, and you love coming down here,
yes.
Stephen?
It's the best place to live. Come down here, it's the best place.
And how long? Well, you probably you'd like to live here, would you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So how often do you come down, Stephen?
3 days a week.
3 days. And what kind of things do they get you doing then? What kind of gardening and horticultural skills have you picked up in that time?
Planting bulbs, plants, you name it.
You've had a go?
You have a go.
And you've also been helping out as well in building this new... Is it a posh shed? What's it going to be, this big wooden structure next to us?
I don't know what it's going to be.
Shall I have a word with Gail?
Yeah,
Is that a good idea? Hello, Gail. You're the manager here at FreshFields. Stephen's been helping you build... It looks like a posh shed, but what is it really?
It's going to be a new classroom. We've got a lot of outside space and growing space, but not a lot of inside space. So when it rains and in the winter, it's extremely difficult to get everyone under cover. So we decided we would work and work and work to get the money together to actually be able to expand. And this year is what we're doing.
Wow.
So this is a timber cabin, which is going to be a classroom, but it's going to be joined to the lodge by a stone building, which is going to be our new reception office.
How are you affording all of this then?
We have worked like Billy O since about 2008. Saving and making sure that we've been putting money aside and investing it so that we can actually look at a point to invest, to expand. And this year we said we've got to do it. There's just too many people now. We have got to make sure that we are future-proofing us for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah, and you've got adults who come down here ranging, well, from sort of 18 through to, is it 72?
Our eldest one is 72, yes.
Right. Who's that? Is it Judith who's down today, or...?
Judith's in today. I'm not sure she's in her 70s.
Oh, right. Oh, no, don't tell her I said that, will you? Oh,
yeah.
I can see Stephen's going to tell her.
It's a gentleman who's in his 70s.
Lovely. Well, shall we go inside the main house? Because Brett, as well as sort of horticultural skills, gardening skills in planting, growing seeds, sort of making sure that, sort of learning all about sort of growing things, they also have a kitchen as well, which, Gail, you're going to take me through into now. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Hello. What's going on in here? It smells absolutely divine. This is Judith, who's 21, isn't she, Gail? Hello, Judith. Nice to meet you and your lovely stripy pinny. Hello. Are you having fun? Yeah, having fun. Who's this next to you? Is this Val? Hello, Val. You're in the kitchen here. It's lovely and warm, and you wouldn't stay outside for long. What are you getting the folks to do here?
We're having tuna pasta bake and fruit flan with ice cream, aren't we?
And is everyone having a go at making this?
They've all helped with the tuna pasta, haven't you? You've all been chopping your vegetables, haven't you?
So as well as learning gardening skills, learning how to sort of feed and cook for yourself as well?
Yes, we do that, yeah.
Lovely.
Don't you?
We do. Well, it smells absolutely lovely in here, Val. My glasses are steamed up, Brett, so... Because it's so warm and hot and steamy in here.
Yeah. With the tuna bake.
So I think I'm going to help out with a bit of...
taste them. You taste, you get your fork.
Oh, there's a big bowl of onions.
Oh, get it away from me, get it away. I don't want that, no.
Thanks very much, Brett. Yeah, we're at FreshFields in Burnley that provides horticultural training for adults with varying sort of abilities and sort of needs. But wasn't that interesting, Brett, what Councillor Riley said, that, the High Street gives you a sense of a town's heartbeat? That's something that really struck a chord with me when he was talking to you a few moments ago. Well, we've come into the kitchen of Heartbeat now, where folks not only learn about sort of gardening skills, they also learn about cooking skills as well. We've got Gail with us, who's the manager of FreshFields here. We'll talk first of all about the changing face of the High Street. I mean, the news that Marks's is going to close some of its clothing shops came as a bit of a surprise to you, didn't it?
Yeah, we were just discussing where we're all going to get our underwear from now.
I know, even Craig, you said that as well, didn't you, Craig?
Yeah.
Where you're going to get your underwear
Where we get our underwear from.
and your slippers for Christmas.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'll just come back to Gail. I mean, the changing face of the High Street. I mean, do you despair that that the traditional High Street is going, or do you quite welcome the change that that the internet has brought?
No, I'm a bit of a technophobe, I do some things online, but not a lot. But I like the hustle and bustle of a town centre. I live in a little village, and everybody, is encouraged to shop locally. Over the years, we've lost our butchers, we've lost fruit and veg shops, and it's because they can't really compete with the big stores. And I know we all have to go to the big stores to do our weekly shop or whatever, but shops that have been the staple of my life, things like Marks and Spencer's, to hear that they're struggling again, and that this time that they're going to pull out of the High Street, it's just going to leave big empty gaps, I think.
It certainly is. And let's have a word with Val, who's busy at the other end of the kitchen over the stove. Hello, Val. Now, one thing about here at FreshFields is that you sell an awful lot of your produce, don't you, as well? So the changing face of the High Street, I mean, does it concern you? I mean, if we have no markets, we have no High Street.
Well, yeah, it's not very good. We do a market on a Thursday at Accrington. We used to do the Burnley market on a Wednesday, but that closed down. So now we've moved to Accrington.
Well, don't take the anymore.
We'll just have... I'll be back with you in a second.
We've moved to Accrington, but you can tell the difference. There's a lot of stalls that have gone, and it's happening all over.
Well, I've got to say, Jackie, I think that's mirrored in Morecambe. Joan from Morecambe says she feels sorry for the older people who don't shop online and depend on the local stores to do their shopping, be it weekly or the big Christmas shop. Your views are welcome here, please, at BBC Radio Lancashire, as ever. 01254 583 583, the number to dial.
Hello to you too, Brett. Very good morning. I've had a smashing time down here at FreshFields in Burnley, which provides horticultural training for adults with varying sort of abilities. And it's been a lovely family atmosphere as well, which I can just say, Gail, I've had a lovely day today. I feel like I've known a lot of you for ages.
Thank you very much. And that's what we always strive to create, that family environment where everybody's part of one big family, even though we're not related by blood.
Yeah.
It's like a big extended family.
Here is as well. And can I just go over and have a chat with this lady here? Is that we have. We've got to come over to speak to Catherine from upstairs. Everyone says it's Catherine from upstairs, and that's because you work in the office side, isn't it, Kath?
It is, yes.
Tell me about your involvement then here at Freshfields.
I first got involved with Ryan coming. Ryan's one of the service users here, does gardening and kitchen club. Then I started volunteering a little bit, and then managed to get a job in the office.
Okay, so Ryan's your son, yeah? Come here, Ryan. Come here. Come and say hello to us. Hello. What have you been doing today, Ryan?
I've been carrots.
Yeah. Have you been in the kitchen? Have you been cooking as well?
Yeah.
And what have you been growing as well over the past couple of months?
I got the daffodils.
Daffodils? Have you been?
No, yeah.
You've been growing them?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. What do you love about being down here then, Ryan? What do you love about being part of Freshfields family?
The weeding.
Yeah. Everybody likes doing the weeding, isn't it? And what do you feel that Ryan gets out of coming to here then, Catherine?
It's the social part of it as much as anything else. He just loves coming. It's his workplace. He manages to mix with everybody. It keeps him busy.
But without something like Freshfields here, what would Ryan have been able to do without, if he couldn't come to Freshfields?
He'd be stuck at home all day, stuck in the house, not doing anything. Basically, yeah.
Well, we've got standing next to you, Sharon. Come here, Sharon. Let me say hello to you. So you've been coming here quite a few years as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And what have you been doing down here today?
I've done cut the onions up and having a cup of coffee with all my friends.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it here.
You love it here. Why do you love it here?
You mix with different people, and it's great.
And your mum's listening today, isn't she? Your mum Audrey.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hello to your mum?
Hello, Mum.
Oh, she'll love that. Oh, that's lovely. That's the thing about here. You are right, Gail. As well as all these polytunnels and the heated greenhouses, the fab kitchen that you've got learning and showing people how, cooking the food that you're growing here. There's that lovely sense of family. It's just a lovely place, isn't it? And you extend building a classroom, so things are looking really positive. But if people want to get in touch with you and get involved either as a support worker, or if they've got someone in the family who they feel would benefit after listening to what we've been doing here today, what do they need to do then, Gail?
They need to just ring 01282 832820, or go online and look at the website, which is www.freshfieldsltd.org. I always get that wrong.
And also as well...
.uk, sorry, see, I got it wrong there, .uk.
And also as well, you'd love anyone to come down and help you set up a choir. We've just got a minute to go, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Just listening to our appeal on the help desk.
That's my next project. I'd love to get a choir going. I think, we can apply to Gareth, the Magic Gareth, and say, have you ever thought of working with some, adults with disabilities? These guys, we have a Christmas carol service every year in the chapel at the cemetery, and we raise the roof, don't we?
Oh.
We just sing because we enjoy it so much. It's fabulous.
If there's anyone involved in a choir who would love to get involved with Kath and the rest of the folks, Brett, here at Freshfields, Kath will bite your hand off, won't you? to say, come down and come and help. Well, not literally, no, but she would... I love that offer. If you can help them form a choir, it's one of Kath's Gail's ambitions for Freshfields down here. One of the, amazing things that go down here, Brett. It's a lovely morning that I've had here, and I'd love to return again, or get Sally to come down again, maybe in the spring, summertime, when all of these polytunnels and heated greenhouses are full of fabulous homegrown produce.
On radio, on TV, on your tablet, mobile and PC.
The county's radio station. This is BBC Radio Lancashire.